in Idaho, where in just about an hour, the sentencing hearing will begin for the man who admitted to killing 4 university students in an off-campus house. Bryan Kohberger stabbed the victims in November 2022. He was arrested several weeks later. The family of Kaylee Gonsalves says they are still searching for answers. Our own Gail King spoke to them last week.
By hiding the truth, we're protecting our killers. We have to show the ugliness of what this person did. We're writing our victims' impact statements, and we don't even know what the impact is because they've hid the impact from all of us. I don't want gruesome crime scene photos or blood or gore or anything like that, but I need to know the facts of what, how many times was my daughter stabbed? Was she choked? What happened?
Oof, I want to bring in CBS News reporter Andres Gutierrez. Andres, so you heard the family there. What are we expecting in the hearing this morning? Will we get any details from Kohberger himself?
Well, that is the big cliffhanger for today, Vlad. We are going to see if he decides to speak. He has the right to allocution here in the state of Idaho, meaning that after we hear hours of emotional testimony from the victims' family members and possibly the 2 surviving roommates, he will be given the chance to speak. If he chooses to, he doesn't have to say why he did these murders. So he can express remorse. He could possibly go into that, but he's not forced to do so. As we are waiting for this trial to get underway, this hearing to get underway, what we can anticipate is Bryan Kohberger will be led into the courtroom here at the top of the hour. He will be wearing his Jill jumpsuit, unlike the traditional civilian clothing that we saw him wearing at the beginning of the month. Then there will be the victim impact statements. The judge has set aside an extra day in case today ends up going long. And after that, both the prosecution and defense will be able to present some brief evidence. But at this point, because of the plea agreement, we all know what the sentence will be. It will be those 4 consecutive life sentences for the murder of the 4 University of Idaho students, and plus the 10 years for the burglary charge. The judge himself could only go lighter, so that the real drama that we are anticipating today is this emotional testimony that the victims' families will be giving.
The thing, Andreas, that gets me, and even the president of the United States is weighing in on this, is he says he wants to hear from Kohberger, but I just keep thinking, if I'm one of these family members, I would at least want a motive. I would want to know why he targeted these young people. And, I see that Mr. Gonsalves says he doesn't want the gruesome details, but he wants to know how his daughter died.
Absolutely, and again, it's something that some of the families also wish that could have been a condition of the plea agreement, that when he signed this plea agreement, that perhaps the prosecution could have compelled him as a condition to say why he ended up doing it, but that is not something that was part of the plea agreement. And so there's also the very rare chance that he ends up facing federal charges. That's something that legal analysts have brought up, that may also be a reason as to why we may never actually hear from him today, is that there's always that card that the federal prosecutors have in the back pocket that they could bring up. And you now know that the president has weighed in. He could also compel the judiciary to bring some federal charges against him, and then we could perhaps have a trial in that case. But again, a lot of illegal analysts saying that could be very rare if that were to happen.
All right, Andres Gutierrez there on the scene for us. Andres, we'll obviously check in with you throughout the course of the day as this hearing gets underway.